What's up, everybody, and welcome to my AEW Grand Slam Rampage review, 2-hour edition of AEW Rampage this week. Honestly, I sat through damn near 4 hours of wrestling that night, beginning with SmackDown and Rampage having right after. It is kind of tough going through 4 hours of wrestling, and then again, this was tough doing this show. Out of some matches, I feel like I didn't need to see, but it looked like they need to fill time for 2 hours. And I heard people kind of left near the end of the show, anyways. But then again, I heard it wasn't even a full house. I saw some photos of that, being, being a full. You get what I mean? Full house, full crowd, basically. Just look at the photos online. But yes, what do we start off with? Grand Slam for this 2-hour show with Jim Ross, which I guess JR is just on Rampage. They don't put him on Dynamite for some odd reason. I don't know why, but I find that very strange that they only keep him for Rampage right now. Probably telling the truth too much. Chris Jericho, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone. We kicked it off with probably the most dangerous match out of the entire night, which honestly we heard about injuries anyways. I figured some people would get hurt from this match, but it started off with Sting and Darby Allin versus Brody King and Buddy Murphy Matthew, whatever Buddy his name is. House of Black, Julia Hart in a no disqualification match. This was a car wreck. And by God, I'm almost surprised no one didn't die in this match because basically Sting and Darby already attacked them before they even hit the ring during their entrance and whatnot. Taking out House of Black. Everybody's in the ring. They're taking down Buddy and Brody out there till they kind of got the upper hand. Darby, by the way, going just diving out of the ring. I swear he damn near landed on his head into Murphy out there when he does that missile dive and whatnot. They end up. This is where I feel the first injury kind of happened. Luckily, honestly, Sting ended up being okay. Sting fell through some tables to the outside, which you could see Sting hit his head on like the second table, and he did cut his head. It was pretty cut out there, so he was actually okay and able to continue the match. Sting ended up being handcuffed in, which they left him in the ring, and they start going after Darby, hitting the Dante's Inferno on him onto the stage. Darby ended up hitting a coffin drop onto the top of the stage onto both of them then. Um, Brody grabbed Darby as they're, fighting, trying to choke him out, but Darby got out of there. They both fell off the stage, and Darby never got back up after this match. Apparently, Darby had staples in his head, I believe he said on Twitter now, but he took a very hard fall and cut himself pretty bad out there. But Buddy ended up getting the Sting's baseball bat, then going to Sting as he's handcuffed in a chair. Sting's just laughing then and all that stuff. And he's like he's gonna hit Sting with the bat, but next thing you know, the lights go out, and who shows up? The great Muta. The great freaking Muta. Big Pop. I'm glad I didn't read any spoilers about this, but the great Muta showed up, folks. One of Sting's, biggest opponents of all time. I believe this is Great Muta's final year in wrestling, apparently. I think Sting is going to be part of it when Pro Wrestling No. I think Sting will be in Pro Wrestling No when Muta's final match is going to be coming in the next year. But the Great Muta came out there, hit the dragon leg screw onto Buddy. After that, he ended up hitting the mist into Buddy's face, which knocked Julia Hart, which, by the way, Julia barely hit the table. I swear she damn near just hit her head on the fucking concrete on the ground. And I'm like, she missed the whole damn table. Like I said, this was the most dangerous match out of the night, and Sting ended up being okay out of the other two, which, Darby got some staples. I believe Julia got rocked, but she ended up being okay. But by God, that was a hard fall to watch. Sting ended up hitting the Scorpion Death Drop and beating Buddy as Sting and Darby won. Sting and the Great Muta celebrated. So it is great to see Sting and Great Muta in the ring. I don't think they've been in the ring with each other since WCW, I believe. Maybe Nitro or some pay-per-view. I know it was Nitro I've seen them on, but Sting and Muta fought each other since the fucking 1980s and whatnot. So, it's great to see the Great Muta in the ring, and that Sting will be part of his final match, I believe, in Pro Wrestling Noah. Because, come on, Great Muta's still going out here. Shit, he was the champion, I think the GHC champion Pro Wrestling Noah not that long ago. So, cool moment, though, to have both of those two out there. Next, Action Bronson and Hook. Action Bronson rapping, Hook song to the ring, because it is his song in general, going against Everrise out there. Now, apparently I heard Action Bronson had a no-bump clause. I thought he moved pretty good out there. He actually was moving. He wasn't that bad. um, in the ring for what I saw, but apparently he wasn't going to take any bumps to what I've been hearing about. It wasn't a bad match though. Hook and Bronson won. Hit the red rum onto both Everrash, choking them out, getting the win. So, I thought Bronson did pretty okay in them. I don't think he did bad. It was an okay match. Next, Samoa Joe and Wardlow went against Josh Woods and Tony Nese. This is where I feel like these start coming a waste of time with matches now. Now, I don't know if Wardlow got hurt, but if you go back and look, he went over the top rope and grabbed his leg. I believe he may have been hurt there. This end up just being Sting Joe getting the muscle buster on the Tony Nese one. This match only went like 2 minutes. Okay, I don't know if that had to do with the Wardlow injury apparently, but Wardlow ended up hitting power bombs on the Mark Sterling after. Honestly, this was kind of a waste. You didn't really need on this show, but they were doing this to pass time. Like I said, this is a 2-hour Rampage, folks. Okay, but they just had Wardlow and Joe just go out there and kill these guys. Jungle Boy went against Phoenix for almost 20 minutes out there, which this match literally had no meaning. I don't want to hear another Jungle Boy promo every time. I like my friend every time he talks, like he just ate an apple. Like he shows no emotion. Like show some conviction. He sounds so dejected. I know Jungle Boy's a bad promo in general, but by God, these promos have been getting worse lately with Jungle Boy. Like I just don't even want to hear him talk at this point. He's that bad. Okay, he is just that bad out there at promos. It just doesn't emote well. Listen, and this wasn't a bad match, but all this really did was just for Christian Cage to come out in an arm sling and Luchasaurus to come out, just to come out there and kill, Jungle Boy with the choke slam and I think Burning Hammer, and that was it. And basically, Christian's telling him to end his ass and everything. You're lucky your mom and your sister aren't out here. So did they really need a damn near 20-minute match with Jungle Boy and Phoenix just to have Christian Cage and Luchasaurus come out and kill him? Not really. They really didn't. So I don't understand why they needed to have this match. Like I said, this was just a pastime for Rampage. This ended with 20 minutes. Eddie Kingston went against Sammy Guevara. I know they showed a Jericho Appreciation Society celebrating, and it's gonna be a big celebration next week on Dynamite as Garcia looked kind of dejected from it. But yeah, Eddie Kingston versus Sammy Guevara. The match apparently that should have happened all out, but it didn't happen because Eddie Kingston was very pissed off about being called fat and got suspended, which, I already went over that, so I'm not going to go back into that whole thing. But Sammy ended up calling him a fat piece of shit. I like Sammy's Titantron looking like a DBZ, animation in the back. Yes, he's got like a DBZ Titantron, and he's making out with his hot wife. So, this man is built different. But this match with Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara wasn't bad. Eddie won, Queens, New York, and it's NY and everything. End up hitting, his back fist thing, and then put in the spark plug, choking him out. But Kingston didn't let go of the hold, so the referee reversed the decision. Sammy ended up being the winner as Kingston started beating up like the referees and security, and I were trying to get him off of him after that. So I think this match will happen again at some point. Jade Cargill went against Diamante with Trina out there. Yes, they did have Trina. Listen, this wasn't much of a match. This only went like 2 minutes. And honestly, who really thought Diamante was going to win? And in the end, they just brought Trina out of nowhere. Like, I was surprised when they even brought Trina there. Like, it was when they said the baddest bitch from the 305 last week. I'm like, Trina? Like, they couldn't bring Trina. And they ended up getting Trina. But yeah, Jay Cargill won, and then Trina ended up taking out Diamante, and then just kind of sided with Jay because the baddest bitches and all that stuff. So kind of funny. Kiera Hogan ended up beating up her own girlfriend out there. Yeah. So yeah, Trina just helped Jade. So it's kind of whatever, but it makes sense. Baddest bitch, bad bitches. So there you go. But hey, had a lot of rappers on the show this week. Next, the Golden or the Grand Slam Golden Ticket Battle Royale. Whoever gets a win gets a shot at the title. Lance Archer's out there. Hangman Page, Butcher, Blade, Private Party, Matt Hardy, Pentagon. Brian Cage, good to see him out of Ring of Honor Purgatory, and Archer back from New Japan and whatnot, doing something. I hope he still gets a push. Jay Lethal, Dante Martin, QT, the Best Friends, whoever's in the firm. Garcia. I don't have much to say about this battle royale, and it ended up with Hangman Page winning against Rush. Yeah, let's keep rewarding this guy more stuff after this guy, started all that shit with CM Punk and the Elite and everything. So, like I said, this guy literally is getting a pass. Like, I get his punishment. I know he should. I know a lot of people think he should have been in the tournament, but his punishment was taking the L. But no, let's give him a title shot now. Let's reward him for all the shit he started. Okay. So he'll end up going against Moxley, but at the end of the day, Hangman did start this shit. Let's look if we're gonna look at the whole facts, and we can blame a lot of people and how everybody looked wrong into this, especially blaming Tony because you're the boss. You could have stopped this a long time ago. But at the end of the day, Hangman started it. Punk gave back the receipt. So, hey, he started this shit. Remember that. Um, but other than Hangman Page getting a title shot, we got to the main event of Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks in a lights out match. Wasn't bad. I actually thought it was pretty good. Wasn't a bad match. I wish people would probably stay to see it, but I know they turned the lights off and everything, but it ended up with what? With like a bunch of chairs in the ring, and Starks ended up spearing Hobbs through the table, and he hit Hobbs with whatever some light thing and whatnot. Then he hit the Rushambo for the win. So not a bad match. This lights out match. Starks got the win, so it was pretty good. Overall, this Rampage was very long. Some of these matches were just added just to, get through the 2-hour show. But then again, these people literally sat through a 4-hour show on a Wednesday night, going past midnight and then getting out through midnight traffic. Tony Khan thought this is a pay-per-view, so he wanted to put as much in this Grand Slam thing as much as possible. But, apparently this is the crown jewel, but I heard they didn't sell out all the way at the same time, too. Even though I thought it looked bigger last year, the stage, but I could be wrong. But most things I could take away from this, 2-hour episode of Grand Slam was, the Great Muta and, Sting and all them, even though somebody could have damn near died in that. Action Bronson them wasn't bad. Joe and Warlow was basically a squash match out there against, Nice and Woods. Jungle Boy and Phoenix went way too long. It didn't really need to happen. And just for Christian to come out and attack. Kingston Sammy, I'm sure will continue. Jade won. Boom, there you go. Trina's on her side. Hangman won the Battle Royale. I didn't really care for this Battle Royale. And Hobbs and, Starks was a pretty good match out there. But like I said, I sat through 4 hours of wrestling here tonight, folks. And I got to still go watch Victory Road because I heard some things happen on there, but I kind of avoid spoilers. So I'm going to go check that out at the same time. But other than that, that is my review of the Grand Slam Rampage show. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.